every head bowed and every eye closed. You're here tonight and you say, Joseph, I've been thinking about suicide, man. I've been hurting that bad. I'm hurting so bad. That suicide, I've thought about it as an option over the past month or so. If that's you, all over this place, between you, me, and God only, I'm not going to point you out. I'm not here to embarrass you in front of your friends or your family. But I want you to be honest with me tonight. Between you, me, and God, you've thought about suicide over the past month or so. Just raise your hand in the air right now, wherever you're at. All right. Okay. Yeah. I see you guys. You can put your hands down. I know it's tough. I know life can be really hard sometimes. But we're not here on accident, and you're not here on accident tonight. God wanted you to hear how much He loves you. And even though you don't love yourself much, He says He loves you. My last two questions. You say, Joseph, I need to give my life to Jesus tonight. You say, Joseph, I'm not 150% sure that if I were to pass away tonight that I would go to heaven. You say, I don't know that I've done everything that the Bible says to do to be saved. But tonight, I want to make things right with God. I don't want to wait another minute. I don't want to wait another day. If that's you, all over this place, with every head bowed and every eye closed, I want you to raise your hand in the air right now. Hold it up high. Stick it up if that's you. All right. God bless you. I want you to do me a favor. Everybody in the front, I want you to back up. I want to back up to the middle of this before we get to the soundboard. Just back up. I can already tell you that it's small towns like these where we have the hardest time being honest. And the reason I know this is because I was raised in a small town. Everybody knows everybody. You're afraid of what people are going to think about you. And I can already feel this. I don't even know how to explain it. But there's something like keeping some of you from getting things right tonight. And maybe it's what other people think about you tonight that's got you kind of messed up. But where were they when you were broken and empty? Where were they when you felt like you had no hope? Where were they when you looked in the mirror and hated what you saw? Where were they when you were addicted? When you felt abandoned? Where were they when you felt alone? Where were they when you were breathless and ashamed? But God, He was always there. Tonight, this is about you and God. My last question of the night. You say, you know what, Joseph? I know what it means to be a Christian. I know what it means to be in church. I know what it means to be at the altar. I know what it means to sing in the choir, whatever it is. Maybe you can quote scriptures backwards and forwards, but you feel like you're far away from God tonight. And you don't even know how you ended up this far away. Maybe it's a girlfriend, boyfriend. You've allowed things in your relationship that you shouldn't have never allowed in there. Maybe it's drugs, alcohol, some other form of some other addiction. Maybe it's the internet and you've been struggling with some things there. You know what I'm talking about, that thing that's ripping families apart and destroying marriages and destroying young minds. Maybe you're a pastor, a worship leader, a deacon in the church, an elder in the church. But your serving God has replaced you knowing God. You've traded in your relationship with Jesus for His work. He says He misses you. He's not concerned with your powerful position tonight, or whether or not your shirt says staff on it, or what your name tag says. All He wants to know is, will you humble yourself tonight? Maybe your marriage is in trouble. Maybe you're struggling in your marriage, and you just want a fresh start tonight. You just want to lay it all at the altar, all the things that you've said, all the hurtful things that you've done to each other. Maybe you brought your youth group, but you're the one that needs to be at the altar. Maybe you brought your friend, but you're the one that needs to be at the altar. Maybe you brought your kids, but you're the one who needs to be at the altar. Maybe you invited your parents, but you're the one who needs to be at the altar. This is going to take a lot of guts, and it's really tough in small towns like this because nobody wants to admit they're hurting. But I can assure you tonight, there's a lot of hurting people out here on this street. When I say 3, I want you to come to this altar. 1.